Corporate Services Private Limited. She has been a successful woman entrepreneur, and whenever I've heard her speak at different places, she has a lot of confidence and clarity in the way she talks about managing businesses. And I think nobody better than her amongst the Kokani community that I've come across who can really motivate our women, although there are not too many out here, but at least we'll share the video with our women folk all over the globe that our people are, both from Kadwai and outside, and hope that her speech will inspire a lot of other ladies to get into entrepreneurship. And being a father of 3 daughters, one of my wishes is that my daughter should be get into entrepreneurship spirit. And I hope she inspires my daughter and all the other girls out here. I can see Serish Modak also. She's a lawyer at this moment, right? You completed the law last year. So she's an aspiring lawyer, but she also will gain from this professionally. I leave the forum to Sanaka.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, there's a slight bit of a technology issue. I have a presentation, but if I'm audible, then I'll continue with my presentation and you would not have to refer to anything. If there's anything that you need to ask me, you can definitely stop me, or we'll have the question and answers later. Is that fine? Yes. So, thank you so much for the introduction. Just a little brief. I have been working for the last 20 years. I started my career at a very young age. I started my career fortunately with Credit Suisse First Boston, which was an MNC. Worked with them for 4 years, learned the whole jargon of corporate culture, reporting, reports, all of that. And simultaneously, I had a group of friends who were very energetic and wanted to get into some kind of a business. But at that given point in time, we didn't know what business to do. So we decided, let's get into the service industry. And facility management was something that we thought of. Basically, housekeeping primarily was what we thought of. Housekeeping is a fancy word, lekin it's only saaf safai. So what we decided to do is, we will do housekeeping, but we will do it differently. What will we do differently? You have, India by nature does not have the culture of being organized, presentable. So let's do these things. Let's make sure that we are able to set up a business where we focus on quality services. We focus on training. And how can we do that? We can do this by training people. This will give employment to a lot many people that need jobs over here. So we had that social cause in our mind. Our skill was training. Our skill was to go to the client and tell them, sir, you will get this service. What is the service that you need? We will train and we will deliver the service. I'll not give you Shah Rukh Khan who will come and serve you in style. But what I will do is make sure that I deliver the services that you expect and I promise to. So we set off. I actually was one of the founding members of this company called Radiant Hospitality Services. It was a proprietary company initially because there was one friend who was a leader. And we all worked as managers. We were 4 of us who were managers. And by then, the concept was new, so we had to struggle a lot. People would come up with complaints saying, "Nahi, 9 ghante ka duty hai, 9 ghanta cleaning kaun karta hai?" The concept wasn't there. We'll not wear shoes, we'll not wear uniforms, we'll not, shave every day. Basic challenges were something that we faced because this was way back in 2000. And then, finally, we decided, okay, these are the challenges that we have, and we need to make sure that we address these challenges and stand out. We can't be one of the run-of-the-mill. We don't want to be a manpower supplier. We want to be a service provider, a quality service provider. That is what would differentiate us. We wanted to be the Mercedes-Benz of housekeeping industry. We wanted to be the McDonald's of the housekeeping industry, even though housekeeping was not known to anybody. But that's how we would build a reputation or a name. So we focused, we basically developed training centers, we developed in-house people to go and recruit staff who would tell them, this is the job you have to do. See, a lot many times we realize in these 20 years, or this is my takeaway, is that communication has been a big gap. So whatever we explain and whatever is the understanding, there's a gap. Not. There is a gap, and therefore there's a constant struggle of people that they say, oh, I thought this was the work and this work is very different. So we decided we will start addressing and overcoming all these barriers, and that's how we grew. Considering the hard work that we put in, the promoter of the business, he actually awarded us shares. So I went on and became a shareholder in Radiant, and that's how the business grew. In post 7 years, we got private equity because business was growing. The private equity fund was with us for 3 years. We grew the business, we doubled numbers. So we employed 4,000 employees by the time private equity was there, which was way back in 2012. And then we got acquired by a multinational company, OCS. And Radiant was actually acquired by OCS. We worked with OCS for 3 years, handed over the whole company, transition, because our people were used to working with us. So we had to develop their skills, and we had to handhold the transition so that the growth is there and the business continues. So a few of the clients that Radiant serviced were Inorbit Mall, High Street Phoenix Mall, Market City. In addition to that, we did a lot of showrooms, the BMW, Audi, Jaguar. Most of the showrooms were managed by us. We handed over the business to OCS, and then facility management was all we knew because we did that for 15 years. But we had a non-compete with them. So we went on, started another business called 3S Integrated. We were, of course, consulting that business. Again, in a short span of 3 years, grew the business to close to 50 crores. We had about 3,000 employees, set the base, processes, systems in place. And then our non-compete got over, and that's how Sasha was started in April 2015. So it's 3 years now since Sasha is live. We're approximately 2,000 employees on record. We have branch offices around. And incidentally, I was sharing with somebody, while I was in Radiant, I was the key person to get the contract with Inorbit Mall Malad. Inorbit Mall Malad was 3 years in business. And I remember the last final meeting, he said, Sana, give me one good reason why we should give you the contract. And I told him, sir, it's been 3 years. Every year you've been looking for a new service provider. You give me the contract, I'll save you the trouble of looking for somebody at least for the next 5 years. And Alhamdulillah, touch wood, since 2006 until June 2021, Radiant OCS was servicing Inorbit Malad. Because the systems, processes, the checklists, the managers, the whole setup was so smooth that the contract renewal would just happen automatically. And this year, in June 21, Sasha got the contract from OCS Retail. So that's again something that we have. So this goes to say that customers want service. Okay, customers want people who can deliver, and at the end of the day, there's an opportunity for everybody. You just need to go out, stand there and say you want to do something, and you want to do something differently. You don't want to be something that is just another run-of-the-mill, organization that's supporting the community. You want to do something which will make it big. Today, I'm very impressed that we have a YouTube channel which gives you a tour of Konkan. That's something that I did not hear of. But it is fantastic, and I think these kind of initiatives will give us as a community that recognition. And I'm sure together with technology, with the various expertise that we have, we can build this and make this more well known globally, not only in the country but globally. So I think that's a wonderful initiative here. Coming back to our industry, the contribution that we can make is basically, I've had discussions with you. Of course, we've got into the pandemic, but recruitment opportunities, training center opportunities to start. That's also something that will give us a lot of exposure and footfalls. We have a lot of land, we have space, we can build hostels, and we can use a lot of our fellow people within the vicinity. We can train them because the skill that they need to impart is not something that they need fancy education. There are modules which we can customize and we can empower our people with, and we can get into vocational training. That's something that you can look at. And all of this does not require, it does require funding, but I would say that the funding, more than the funding, it just requires our skills to come together to just be able to, absolutely. And with the help of technology, it will help us reach out further, and it will also be successful. Many times we did think that, you did mention that there are struggles with getting the education stream back at par. You know, we can get technology. We don't need to put in time, we don't need to physically be present, but today if we are able to get together and identify the needs that are there and start addressing them one-on-one, I think we'll be able to create a lot of value add over there. Yeah. As an entrepreneur, I just want to tell everybody over here that, you know, it's never too late. Like this gentleman, he's been a teacher, and then he, you know, now is very keen that he wants to get exposure into. Everybody is an entrepreneur. It's just one thing that you should be prepared of is that when you get into a phase of being an entrepreneur, you will not be successful immediately. You have to be ready that it may not give you the recognition that you expected it to give you, but don't let that stop you. You have to be a dreamer, you have to have a vision. The vision has to be yours, and you have to find a mentor who will be able to take you ahead with that. And I think these kind of forums will only give us a lot of positive energy, a lot of people who will complement each other's skills so that we can bring the best out. And like you rightly said, give back to the society, which is our due and moral responsibility. Yeah. And I think the key takeaways of the business and the industry is feedback. That's something that, you know, we should be open to. There are a lot in these forums. I would encourage you to have a lot of feedback sessions where people share with you their their feedback about what they personally think can make a change, because you never know, that idea will make the biggest difference. Today all of us think strategically, we think with the background that we have, we're very focused approach, but when you get a feedback, you'll realize that that's the feedback which makes the difference, and that feedback doesn't even cost us some kind of an investment or things like that. So that's my little input to everybody over here. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm honored that, you know, I've been given this opportunity, and in my capacity, inshallah, whatever is required, please feel free, and I'm very happy that you thought that I would add value to this session.
Thank you.
Yeah.